Bolt Out. Sorry, I've only seen like 5 episodes of Voltace 5, but I've heard enough Volt Out, which, by the way, Tamino worked on.
Oh, it's yeah.
So,
Now it's a double shield.
hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Mobile Suit Gundam. We are on episode 27. Out of how many episodes were there again in this?
30 something?
43.
43.
43 episodes.
I'm thinking 38 because I'm thinking of Macross, the original.
Yeah, because I think this one really gets canceled at 29, or is it 39?
Yeah, I think it's 29.
Yeah, and then they had a final run till they got actually canceled. But yeah, no, I mean, my point was we're over the hump. We are halfway done with Mobile Suit Gundam, and I guess I'll voice this out loud. I've been considering what's the next thing to do after this one, because, you know, essentially we're in the 1-year war, and all of it is basically in line with one another. Because I think obviously the first thing to do would be the movies. Because it's not like going to be the same as when we rushed you through Seed.
Yeah, no.
In that the movies are the more of Tamino's direction of what he wanted the season to actually be like, so it will be somewhat different, at least a little bit. And then obviously after that would be the movie for episode 15, Kuken. I can never say his name right. Doan's Island. Doan's Island.
Yeah. And then I think it was Char's counterattack.
Nope, that is later. We got a lot of shit before we get to Char's counterattack.
Yeah, but all of those are essentially side stories to this story, more or less.
Well, I mean,
Stardust Memory, 8 MS Team.
Well, 8th MS Team was in the bunch. I remember that one. I think Stardust Memory is actually in later. You're quoting stuff that's later.
Yeah, that's later.
Igloo might be. Yeah. I'm not certain.
Igloo is a side story. Yeah, it's a side story or a collection of side stories. CGI.
Well, I'm not talking about like side stories. I'm talking about specifically. Sorry.
And Vengeance already dropped on Netflix.
All right, here we go. In the Universal Century Universal Century 79 timeline, we have Mobile Suit Gundam, which we're on. War in the Pocket, which is 6 episodes. 8th MS Team, 12 episodes. Igloo, which is 9 episodes. Thunderbolt, which is 8 episodes. Cucuruz, Doan's Island, which is 1 movie. Requiem for Vengeance, which has been released, so might be interesting if we did that one because it's newer. I don't know, but those are all of the that's all of the stuff that's in Universal Century 79. Everything after, like you said, Stardust Memory, that is Universal Century 83. So that is after the fact. My point was figuring out how to order everything.
Yeah,
I'm glad I looked at this again because for some reason I had Zeta Gundam in my head of after the movies, and it's like, you know, well, obviously I can see that Zeta Gundam is Universal Century 87. So obviously the movies, Doan's Island, and then figure out what series to do from there.
I think Vengeance is supposed to be post Battle of Odessa, so it would be around the same time as Igloo. So it's still 1-year war.
I don't know. Again, they're all listed as Universal Century 79.
Yeah.
I know, maybe, seeing that these are the actual options, maybe 8th MS Team. Get the ones I've seen out of the way. I've seen 8th MS Team because I aired on Toonami.
Yeah. I did the same, yeah.
Also, apparently it's only 12 episodes. I didn't...
Yeah, it's short.
In my head it was longer. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't even remember why I was talking about this anymore.
No, just the order what we're going to do next because we're past the hump. The idea that the show got canceled again, got restarted, and then it really took off.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that's basically the subject of the Secret Galaxy video. The ratings failure that launched the franchise. All right, well, I mean, any thoughts about last time?
Wacky episodes. Also, I was going to mention this last time, but we're again in the stop and go, you know, rhythm of the series where it's like, oh, we're going somewhere, we're gonna do a thing, and this last time was Operation Odessa, and now we're kind of resting to repair the white base, and now we're going somewhere else, right? It's like it's not, oh, we just go here and do this. It's like, oh, we're gonna go here, we gotta stop, get damaged, repaired, go again, stop, get damaged, repair, or do something else, attack a base or whatever. Go, that's the rhythm of the series, and we're yet in another cycle. And we have Char back. And Char has done jack shit. That's frustrating. That's goddamn frustrating.
I don't know. The issue there would be Char hasn't done shit, but Char not doing shit hasn't ruined him. All Char has to do is do one thing badly, and you can ruin Char as a character. So the less we use him, the better. He is the Borg right now. He is the Borg pre-Voyager. He is the Borg pre-Descent, I'm going to say.
But still, it's usually like, oh, this one dramatic moment is like, I need to take care of the white base because, it's personal. Okay. And 2 episodes later, you do that, you do that, you do that. I'm gonna take a trip to my little, what do they call it? A blue surfer or something, has a weird name.
I remember its name.
There's a little ship that he goes into, or kind of hydrofoil kind of thing. It's not really. It's actually a sort of. It's a surface effect craft because it uses. That's the whole thing. I want to get into it, but he just goes off, and then comes back, and it's like, so what happened? Yeah, we sent some people over, and they got killed. Yeah, that's not my problem. That's Boone's problem. Let's go. We got this fight. Okay, sure. Like. Anybody quit doing that job, right? At least Rambo Rao, when he showed up, was like, I'm going to suit up. I'm going to fight. Yeah, I got to run away, but I fought, right? He's like, oh, we got a new guy doing things. Like, okay, cool. It's not like he's acting like a McQueeve, but McQueeve was never shown to be a frontline commander, like a fighter. It's like,
except
the fighters are going to show up one time because he got surprised because the Gundam showed up.
Well, no, I mean, he pulled out the mobile armor and then attacked the Gundam directly. And then tried stuff while he was doing the fight too.
But that's because Amuro showed up with the Gundam attacking that base. Otherwise, he would not have done that. He wasn't. When I say frontline commander, he's not like somebody who goes out. He didn't start like.
He was about to nuke himself. What are you talking about? McQueen is totally a frontline commander. He was on the front line.
Not because he wanted to, because he was forced to.
Okay, so you're saying Garma wasn't a good commander?
No, I didn't say it was a good commander.
Garma was on the front line because he was forced to. Char forced him to be on the front line of the Dawn insurrection. The Dawn Rebellion, sorry. McQueen was on the front line because Revel made him. It's just because you got forced to be in the front line doesn't make you bad at being on the front line.
He's not a frontline fighter. That's what I'm trying to say. Like he's not Raul, he's not Char, or Char used to be. He's not the TriStars. He's not like in a mobile suit. Like I'm gonna go and attack the Gundam. I'm gonna attack the white base. Right? That's not his thing. Like, oh shit, this guy showed up. Okay, what do I got?
Except for the fact that he actually is.
How?
You not remember? God, it's not a GOP. I can't. GOP is actually
a person. Never goes into a GOP.
What the hell was it called? What are giant flying planes called? But anyway, don't remember what those are called. It's not one of them. He was just in one where he went to the front lines to attack the white base. Do you not remember the episode where the white base pretended to be a downed submarine? Blow up our own shit in our own...
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He was there. He did that. He was present on location.
That one time.
Among all the other times he's been present on location doing the fight. Technically, he was in command of the mobile armor fighting the Gundam. He was a frontline fighter in that situation.
What I'm trying to say
You're forgetting all of McQueeve's moments to shine.
He did it twice.
Three times he's been on the front lines fighting shit.
It's literally the frontline move were to his location. It was not like, oh,
not only
he's not,
has McQueen fought on the front line, or one, he's been a frontline fighter once. He's been fighting on the front lines 3 times. He's also survived, which not all the other people can say. In fact, everyone else can't say shit because they're dead. McQueen has not only been a frontline fighter, has been a frontline combatant once, has survived every time. You got to give the guy props. At this point, you got to admit you're wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like McQueen at all, but the dude, once you get down to brass tacks, he's been at the front of many combats more than any living person in the show that isn't our white base crew.
I mean, that's because all the others are dead, but they did it more.
What do I always say about the bad guys in these shows, or at least the antagonists? They're interesting because you never know when they're gonna fucking die. The more backstory they get, the closer to death they're getting. And you never know where the limit is, right? It might as well just be you're playing a game of Russian roulette by picking a favorite character on the bad guy side. And McQueen is pulling that trigger constantly.
I mean, do we have a lot of McQueen other than he likes or dis?
He's
I'm looking
good
back at
antiquities. And he knows a lot about Earth, but apparently doesn't like it that much, even though it's his chosen realm of study. And
because he thinks
apparently he's really good with mining. He is one of the things I didn't bring up in my notes is that he sent back enough resources to Zeon to keep them supplied for the next 10 years, is what they said.
Yeah, except for manpower. That's the part where they're screwed.
He delves into the spy game along with Caecilia. He kept a nuke.
With sucky spies, but still.
I mean, still, it's something.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're writing shit down about him, it's something you could include. Again, he kept a nuke, literally under his feet. You're saying there's not a lot to McQueen, but I'm saying he's more than just about everybody else.
I mean about his background. We don't know anything about his family.
He
where
likes cravats.
Yeah, I don't think he's the only one.
He's the only one in the show. I think on Zeon's side.
Yeah.
There you go. As well as there's 3, 4 people we've seen wearing a cravat in the show.
Yeah.
Can you name any of them?
No, I just top of my head, no.
Let's see. There's Char.
Oh yeah, when he was riding the horse.
Sayla. Real Char.
Also riding. Yeah.
I think
Real
probably Char. Also, I can't remember his first name. Mr. Aznable.
Aznable, yeah. No, I don't think he was wearing a cravat.
I think at one point he was wearing one, when they first arrived at Texas.
Oh. I know he was wearing a cowboy hat and had that getup, but
yeah, I could swear. I'm saying I'm going to go 50-50 on this one. I'm not exactly sure, but I can't.
I mean, he could have. I just don't
imagine him wearing one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all the characters I can think of. And then McQueen, the only guy of those people not on Texas Colony.
Yeah, not riding a horse because.
To be fair, though, he's wearing it more like oh god, what was his name for Scooby Doo?
Shaggy.
Where's the white? He's always with Daphne.
Yeah, I know. Freddie Prinze Jr.
Freddie. It's Freddie. That's his name.
Freddie. Yeah.
You say you already put his name out there.
Yeah, but Freddie Prinze Jr. plays.
McQueen wears it more the style of Freddie from Scooby Doo than say a cowboy or I don't actually know who would normally wear a cravat.
Well, in Legends of Galactic Heroes, they also wear cravats.
I can't remember one character in Legends of Galactic Heroes that wears a cravat.
They do it every time they're riding horses at the end of the episode.
Oh.
Reinhardt and what's his name? Yeah.
I don't know, might surprise you. I don't think about that as often as you do.
No, you just only think about, editing the scenes to make it into something else.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay.
Oh, man, if you're imagining stuff happening at the end of every episode of Legends of Galactic Heroes, that's on you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Anyway.
All right. Well, I
Besides
guess.
cravats.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you have
what
anything
is
else
it
you
that's
want
subjected
to?
to the
Anything else you want
anything
to
that?
add?
No. Oh, we have the spy who. Well, the narrator already took care of her. So
Yeah. So
see
we already know what to expect there.
Yeah, we don't know. We know what's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to happen. Or
Well,
usually it's probably going
I
to
feel
happen
like
like
the
in the
actual
last.
most important thing that's going to happen next episode is the Gundam is going to have its leg ripped off. We saw that happening too.
That's true. Not the first time it happens though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. Apparently, we just make all these supplies, even though Side 7 was the only place that we know manufactured them. All right, well, that's it. I guess there's enough to do, but hop on into it.
But before we get started,
Make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
Unfiltered.
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I mean, it's disappointing sitting here, watching the intro, knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I know people shit on us about watching the previews. But again, I watch the previews when I'm watching a show by myself. Why would I not watch the preview? I think the expectation, though, is not for the narrator to tell you what's going to happen. They should probably get you hyped for the next episode and not be like, here's the plot summary of next episode.
Yeah, if you're excited about this character, well, fuck you then. Like, oh, you like that character? Well, it sucks to be you.
Well, I mean, I guess it only really worked for me with Matilda. Because, you know, the narrator says Matilda's going to die.
Yeah.
And then we're like 22 minutes into a 24-minute episode. Matilda's like on the bridge of White Base. I'm like, how could she possibly fly? Is somebody like in a shooter? Was there a spy on board the whole time?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, she just decided to run off. Oh, then she's dead. Oh, she killed herself in that case.
I mean, she had to follow the script, right? If the narrator says you die, you die.
Like that one Red Letter Media episode. Where you can't fight the script, so every time somebody shows up, they've got to get into a fight, and oh, the guy fell off the building. But no, he's fine, because they still haven't had the fight yet. Northern Ireland.
Yeah, that was the base where the base was all this time. That's why they have to cross the Atlantic to go to South America.
Yes, I'm aware of world geography at a first grader's level.
I'm just saying, you know.
Europe to South America? The Atlantic, you say?
I had a friend who sucked at map reading, and you know what? He joined the Navy.
That's because you get told what to do.
That's true. But knowing where you are, I think, is an important skill.
That's weird. They did the two blocks together and they did the X's, and I assumed that meant that they were improperly docked. Well, they used to have that covered. Literally, that's where the shield was, and it always get knocked off whenever they got into a fight. Again, water combat is just bad. Don't do it. It's not like we have underwater colonies or anything. There's literally no reason to be in the water unless you're fishing.
I mean, control. Well, no, I mean, transport of a lot of
Do it above the water.
goods and service. No. Because the weight of what you can transport
Don't give a
through
shit.
waters.
You know what?
Much...
You know what? It can cost you more when you have to fish it up out of the ocean when it gets sunk.
Yeah, no. You still have on Earth. You still have to use the ocean to transport stuff.
Not in sci-fi. Especially not when we have this apparently massless, spaceship.
そろそろブリッジに上がってください。あれもう上がってんの？なんだ？何が破れたんだろう。
Got on the face.
あ脅かしくなしだぜ。誰ちゃん？
ごめんよ。
What do you mean, who are you? You stayed in my house, yeah.
なんで？
私あんたについてきたかったんだよ。それでこの船に乗ったんだけど。
じゃあそのユニフォームどうしたんだよ。その拳銃もさ。
カイさん。
分かってるよ。あんなに兄弟思いのあんたが俺を持ってきたなんていうのは嘘だってこと。
嘘じゃないさ。半分は嘘じゃない。
し。
Half a truth is a total
俺の部
lie.
屋だ。
誰です？
野暮なこと聞くんじゃねえの。
恋人さんですか？
Also, didn't you desert yesterday?
南米で下ろすからさ、みんなには内緒だぜ。
南米？
ええ、僕は何も見てませんから。
すま
I
ね
don't know. How could you be so stupid?
Look,
You-
Bear,
you
he
don't
doesn't
this
know who
person.
she is, though. I don't know. I don't.
That's bro.
I'm
That's the
confused.
point. You know.
I didn't try to pull it off as how much did you see? Like, you could have played it off as this is somebody else on the ship that you know.
だけどこれ以上の
Yeah.
教えられねえよ。
But the thing is that he doesn't recognize her. Oh, that's your girlfriend. Dude, you
Again,
know
he saw
everybody
the
on the
back of
ship.
her head. That's what I'm saying. He didn't.
そりゃそうさ。
And also, if he knows what she's up to, why is he helping her?
Because he's trying to be bigger than the war.
どうするんだろう。
He said, I recognize what you're doing because you care about your little sister and little brother.
4時の方向に民間機です。救助信号が出ています。
救助信号。確かに民間機か。ブラボー、どうなんだ？
はい、確認しています。登録ナンバーによるとベルデ諸島の漁業組合の飛行機です。
よし。
Ah, one of those classic fishing airplanes.
はい。
Got it.
第4デッキ開け。民間機を収容する。ジオンの人間で木馬に
Oh my
Hey, Boone.
god.
我々が初めてじゃないかな。はあ。
Well, you're not
hey,
the
by the
first
way,
one to look into it.
Kravax.
ジオン生に
Yeah.
はい。よー、急げ、引火するぞ。実は魚の群れを探してたらジオンの戦闘機がジョーダンハーブに撃ってきてさ。いつです？ 20分ぐらい前かな。
そりゃ20ミリの不発弾にやられたんだな。
応急修理して帰れるだけの燃料は貸します。ありがたい。しかしそこの部屋以外の立ち入りは禁止します。分かってるって。おい、帰ろうか。
So the crew, if they want to leave, gets arrested for a year,
安くしといてね。
but will let civilians land and just, hang around in the hangar bay.
そうですね。ちょ、トイレ。トイレを。
Hey, job, John.
突き当たりの右ね。
あ、
No, you don't need
I
an
was supposed
escort.
to-
You're
そ
fine.
こ右だ。それ以上行くな。
Well, here's hoping he doesn't go further than the bathroom. Dude, you're in a bathroom stall by yourself.
来た。
107号。答えられたら音声で送れ。木馬の目的地は。
南米の宇宙船用ドック。
よし、あとは
まだです。
上出来だ。頑張ってくれ。さっぱりしてー。
I didn't hear you flush or wash your hands.
連絡をつけたのか。こんなところで連絡がつけられるって変じゃねえか。
そう思うけど、でもこうして私たち兄弟食べてきたんだ。
そりゃわかるけど。
迷惑かけちゃうね。私がスパイでさ。
まあな。あ、民間機が着艦したって言ってたな。
You know, you're having this conversation, your door's still wide open.
いいか、これからあとはあんたとは関係のないことだ。いいな。俺の第六感ってやつがあの民間機を怪しいって感じたんだ。
カイさん。
Okay, close the door behind you
Well, I mean,
so
what's
that
it
she doesn't
matter?
escape.
She's a spy anyway. She would have gone anywhere. She can open doors, I'm assuming. But what was his plan?
ありゃスパイだ
They're spies, and I can't tell you how I know.
さんどうしたんです？あれはただの
バカ野郎こんな時間にわざわざホワイトベースに近づくやつ怪しいと思わねえのかよまったくブライドあれはスパイじゃないのかよく調べたのか
一応確認はしたがな。身体検査も飛行機だって間違いなく
Though I didn't check his watch for some reason.
しかしだなその飛行機ジオンの連中がかっぱらったかもしれないじゃないか
カイ、何か証拠
That's what I'm saying. What are you gonna give as proof?
こんな時間におかしいからよ
You look like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember that thing where I said that they could use light as like a Morse code thing? Oh, they're already fucking doing it. But no, let's send balloons.
間違いなく南米の宇宙専用ドックへ向かいます。
こっちに来ないのはありがたいが、マッドアングラーはここを動けん。アフリカ戦線の様子も見なければならんしな。
私はパイロット上がりです。モビルアーマーをお貸しいただけませんか。
裏風呂か？整備はしてあるが。
敵討ちとは言いたくありませんが、私は4機のモビルスーツを沈められています。やらしてください。モビルアーマーならここから発進しても木馬をキャッチできます。
いいだろう。
Will it catch up? I don't know what speed they're going, but I'm pretty sure your speed right now is 0.
Oh, I think they're using a mobile armor,
No, I'm saying
not a mobile
White
suit.
Base is moving away from them. They stopped
Yeah.
moving. Also, they flew backwards from where White Base was going, which means White Base has double the distance it had on them before. They're not moving right
あり
now.
ませんね7時の方向に現れてます
潜水艦が追いつくわけないだろう。ミサイルだけ気をつけて。
来ましたミサイルです後部ミサイル発射
But good timing.
7時だ。
第2波第3波続きます
いや第4波第5波も下から来ます。
潜水艦攻撃だ。前期スタンバイ。
It's kind of funny. It's been their method every time, though. Every time we're going to do something with the mobile suits, we're going to
Yeah.
distract them with the missiles.
未来は
But like when they wanted to attack, or they wanted to cover the Gog's attack on the land,
接近するものがある
Yeah.
they fired missiles.
戦闘態勢に入れ
Last episode,
接近するものがある
they wanted to cover the, the mobile suits attack on land. Missiles.
左舷弾幕を張れ。
I mean, it makes sense to use missiles to suppress the enemy, which gives you an opening for the attacker. So it's not like using artillery.
It's
Right?
been the same tactic every time, though, so now you should be prepared that, oh, there's going to be a mobile suit coming.
あんな子供たちがいるのこの船に
I mean, they're preparing. They're deploying their suits and everything. Like they're not waiting around for the suits to show
空
up.
中でボルトアウトしましょう
了解
By the way, less energy than he almost killed Fraud.
捕まえたぞ木馬を。部下の方に撃たせてもらうぞ。
The only way I'm going to be excited about that is that there's like cabling attached to those rockets and he pulls himself up to White Base out of the water. But you never want to be in that one.
That guy died.
ホワイトベースが
アムロホワイトベースがやられたの
大丈夫です。ハッチを少しやられただけですから。
そう
Yeah, and the guy that was there. Ouch.
Jesus.
弾が当たったのはどこですか
第2デッキだ
被害状況を教えてくだ
As
さい
much as I mocked the SDF from across his weird little ass bump thing to hold you in place, at least they had something.
防戦中さ
私にもやらせて
できるわけねえだろ
I mean, yeah, in fact, people shouldn't even be able to see you.
私が情を流したばっかりにカイさんたちが
お前の情報ぐらいでこんなに攻撃されねえよ
ごめんカイ私があんたたちを
おい見張る
アムロ行くわよガンダムボルトアウト
了解
Bolt out.
3 2
Sorry, I've only seen like 5 episodes of Voltace 5, but I've heard enough Volt Out, which, by the way, Tamano worked on.
Oh, it's yeah.
So,
Now it's a double shield. So they have two shields and each stacks them one on top of the other.
I hate
guess.
that. I hate the whole Gundam has to be put together thing, which is already bad enough for me that Gundam Seed's now doing it.
それとも我々を舐めているのかな。
By the way, you were wondering when we started this, when is Boone gonna wear that helmet?
There you go. Yeah.
あそこか。
There goes two more guys.
各ブロック、被害状況を知らせろ。下位のコアファイターは発進させることはできないのか。
カタパルトをやられてコアファイターが出ません。
ガンペリーはどうした？あれには対戦ミサイルが積んであるはずだ。
そうでした。
What if we use that under the ship thing?
ブラウン、
The what?
The one that holds them by
ガ
cables?
ンペリーを発進させるんだ。
It's enough that they can land on it and it pulls them into the ship?
発信用意してください。
What if we just got you up to like full jet and then drop you?
カイさんは第三デッキに。
お前は逃げやすいところに隠れていろ。
みんな戦ってんだろ。私も何かいらしてよ。できるからさ。
He really wants to die, I guess.
She really wants to make amends for the absolutely nothing that she actually did so far.
こいつ逃がすものか。
I guess technically, if he told them that they were heading to South America, they might have been able to plot a trajectory and then follow them from that. I was worried for half a second that Hayato was about to die.
Clever trick to use the water spout to get out as cover, but then the water fell and you got screwed.
オダルのズゴクが。かな。よし、行け。
I was like, I couldn't tell if that went through them or not.
消化終了。ホワイトベースは。
水力 40% に落ちています。
分かっている。対戦ミサイル、よく狙って撃つように伝えろ。フラウボ、ガンダムはどう？
Good advice?
応答ありません。苦戦中のようです。
だいたいガンダムは水中戦用の武器は持っちゃいないんですからね。
それを
Oh,
言う
the
な。
beam.
はい。
The beam rifle seems to work fine underwater.
こいつ、水中戦闘用の武器に何を持っているのだ？言うてよ。
ダメだ。海の上におびき出さない限りガンダムに勝ち目はないぞ。
You can use the.
I mean, you grappled a guy to death underwater before.
Yeah.
早い。やはりビームライフルのパワーは水中では半分も出ない。
ほれ、捕まえたぞ、ガンダム。
しまった。しまった。
Not Pika.
大丈夫か？
大丈夫だよ。このくらいさ。
よし、お前ら強えんだ。
Sorry, did you take drugs before you got hit by that
私に
explosive?
も戦わせて。弟たちが助かってあの子たちが死んでいいなんてことないもん。しっかりしろよ。まだ火が出てんだぞ。このままだったらまたジオンに利用されるだけの
I think I appreciate how small these kids are.
ただ見てるだけなんて私たまんないよ。
だってな、
お
お前は。
Well, I mean, they're smaller than a fire extinguisher.
あ、
Yeah.
ジョブはどうした？
That's like up to my knee.
手が離せません。一緒に来い。爆撃手はいるんだからな。ミサイル撃つぐらいできんだろうが。
教えて。
I would say, given the nature of anime action, I didn't know if he was like wailing at nothing or if he was actually slicing in parts. Okay, the animators are really just testing the scope of colors they can pull out.
ミサイルを撃つんだ。いいな。
わかるよ。
あそこだ。
弾もミサイルもなくなった。カイさん、頼む。
了解。レバーは一つずつ押す
Oh,
んだ。
the humiliation to be taken out by the gun parry.
外れ。次。
Oh, they sunk my battleship.
見張る腕
カイ、レバーを押しても発射しないよ。
なんだとこんな時にダメだ。今の攻撃で電気回路がやられてな。
どうしたらやっつけられるの？
カタパルトの脇にあるレバーが動かせりゃいいんだが。見張るどこに行くんだ？
カイ、カタパルトの脇にレバーがあるんだろ。
And now we know how she dies.
これか。
見張るいいか、ちゃんとやらねえといけないんだぞ。分かってんのか？
Of course she doesn't. How the hell would she?
カイ、当たるように飛行機を。カイ、向こうから来てくれたよ。
I think she flew past that thing. Like, I know she's gonna die, but getting torn up by the turbine would be a little bit worse for me, I think.
やったー見張るやったぞ
もう一息で、もう一機の時刻もやられたのか。チェッ
ガンダムの足をちぎったのが間違いだったよ。動きやすくしてくれた。
Yeah. Logically, that's how that worked. I guess the real teardown here is that Kai can't even tell anybody.
That she
おい
helped.
見張るどうしたんだ？上がってこいよ。
Or
見
not
張る
didn't even look for her,
気
right?
をつけて。着艦よ。
おう了解。
Just hey, I'm okay. I'm gonna land.
見張るがいなくなった。
Oh, never mind. He just said everything.
カイと一緒に出撃したらしいんですけど。誰なんだ？知っているのか？いいえ、知りません。ねえ。
え
密航者だったんです。
密航者？
知っていたのか？
いえ、カイさんの部屋に女の人が入るの見たんですけど、すぐ敵が来たもんで。
見張るいなくなっちまって。
I really feel worse about this one than most of them. Even though I can see in
Ooh,
your
but
head
this-
bobbing that you don't feel as bad as I do.
It just feels kind of weird because
I feel like they had a connection, and that's what makes it feel worse for me.
Yeah.
And that Kai doesn't get all these good things. So this is like a good thing for a guy who doesn't get a lot of good shit. Oh, and apparently this double angle reminds her of someone.
私たちよりずっとうまくやっていけるって。いつまでもこんな世の中じゃないんだろうね。カイ。
なんで死んじまったんだ！
it's just that there's something off about all of this because okay, she can't tell. They're like, oh,
Well, hold
so
on,
this
hold on,
person
hold on.
連邦軍本部ジャブローシャアの指揮する猛撃の中アムロはマチルダの許嫁に会う戦争は一人の命一人の怒りを一人の悲しみを容赦なく破壊する機動戦士ガンダムジャブローに散る君は生き延びることができるか
What a weird thing to invoke. Anyway, go ahead.
I think that was Matilda's.
Fiance,
Husband?
they just said. No,
Yeah.
they literally just said Matilda's fiance. That's why I said it's a weird thing to invoke. to bring back Matilda in this way. Anyway, you had a different point. Go back to your point from before.
It's okay. I get why it's happening, but it's just like I'm gonna, because Caius knew her, and of course he's in pain. But everybody's like, who was she? I don't know. She was a stowaway. Like there's a dissonance.
You're gonna worry about the laissez-faire attitude that they have aboard the ship now, not the two different desertions, or the fact that Bright doesn't seem to give a shit about anything going on.
There's difference between, hey, okay, this guy's gonna leave, and I guess we're gonna have to punishment, and others like somebody died, and we're like, do you know who she was? Nope. Doesn't matter then.
That's why I brought it up that I didn't think Kai was just gonna go and tell everybody, because I didn't think he would, because it would implicate him. But Kai is so torn apart by the fact that she probably is dead that he did just tell everyone, which makes it that much worse. That he just didn't fucking care about his own well-being at that moment. If there's a chance we could save her, where is she? I don't,
Yeah.
Again, that one hits me more than Matilda, for one. I don't know, I didn't feel much for Matilda's death.
Also, the way it happened, I guess it happened because when the rockets went off the blast center across the
I think that was the implication. Can I tell you what I'm going to do? I'm not going to mark her as dead on the board.
I mean, she fell to the ocean.
I'm giving her a question mark. The implication would be that she was also moving fast enough or from a height enough that it might have killed her on impact.
Yeah.
Maybe. But we didn't see her die.
We also didn't see the guy who got that flew away in that jetpack. He never came back, did he?
Well, no, that was the implication. Remember, that was the discussion that we had that you said he was clearly dead, and I was like, I rewatched it. His jetpack was just 100% fine. His eyes were open. He was moving around. An EMT would call him alert and awake. So
yeah.
So the implication is that we just see it go down, and the two people watching the scene say he's dead. But we had the same perspective as the characters did, and I didn't see an impact on the ground. Same thing here. All we did was see her fly backwards towards the water. It's entirely possible she hit the water and survived.
Yeah, but who's going to pick her up in the middle of the Atlantic?
The sub is still there.
Oh, the sub left. That's where they sent the mobile armor to fight, and all of them got blown up.
Yeah, the sub is still in their area.
Yeah, but they don't know that. They don't even know she's there.
She has a
watch. They would know?
Communications device.
Yeah, but remember that was a very short range communications device. He had to get into the white base to even be able to talk to her.
Yeah, so when white base moves on and they go searching and see if there's any Xeon survivors, they might detect her.
Rather unlikely. Ocean is fucking big.
Right, and we're not talking about the entire ocean. We're talking about, in fact, a very small part of the ocean. Specifically the part of the ocean that we last saw the sub in, and then the part of the ocean that they sent their mobile suits to.
And Sion never goes back to pick up anybody.
We've never seen that. We have never seen that.
They get blown up, and that's it.
Again, we've never seen what happens after the white base leaves an area. For all we know, there is an entire emergency response team. I have to think that there is that sort of thing. This is not a spoiler for anything, but I am aware of the manga Gundam Werewolf, which is literally a murder mystery centered around somebody who dies inside the cockpit of a Gundam. And it's like, who's everybody that was there? There's no record of the person leaving the Gundam, so when they find them dead in the cockpit, it's like they were in space and now they're here and they're dead. It's like, again, it's a murder mystery sort of thing. But it's all about the investigators. It's not about the Gundam pilots. So if we're covering the universe in such a way that we're investigating murders, that indicates that we care about somebody who died. Which unless then there's got to be... Ryu is alive. No, he's not anymore, but Ryu was alive. Right? He was floating dead in space, or not dead in space, he was floating in space with his jet destroyed, and then he shows up in the regular show again. So evidently there is a search and rescue team for space. Why not water? I
mean, but do the Sions have that? Does Char even care?
Well, it doesn't matter if Char cares. It should be like a matter of infrastructure. You know, do we have medics? Char doesn't fucking care about injured people. They're just bleeding out left and right. No, the medics are probably there. They're just off screen, you know? We don't show people who don't immediately matter to their narrative that we're describing, but the world is still...
it's still very unlikely she's going to survive either way.
Again, that's your opinion. Man, that's just like your opinion, man.
Okay.
Look, I'm not saying that she is alive. Very clearly, I think she's probably dead. But, I don't know. It's an emotionally impactful character that didn't get shown dying. I gave, what's his name, the question mark because he had a working jetpack. There's no reason to think he would have died, if not for the characters saying it. But,
yeah.
Also, they have every reason to want him to be dead. And again, I've described a scenario in which she could have survived.
Yeah.
Just because it's unlikely doesn't make it untrue. Or not impossible, rather. People have fallen out of like thousands of feet in the air out of airplanes and actually survived.
Yeah.
It's unlikely, but it's happened. And because they're alive to tell us that it's happened.
Yeah.
Is that all your thoughts? All your thoughts was just about telling me I'm wrong?
No. It's just that...
and that you didn't care for Miharu?
I mean, it's not that I didn't care. It's just that I'm still wrapping my head around the whole thing that happened. I'm like... Something feels off, but I don't know how to say it, so...
Again, the fact that you're not vocalizing it, I have no idea what you think is off. Because the only thing you've described so far is the fact that when the missile went off, she got launched from the gun parry.
Yeah.
That's the only element that you've described so far. So.
Oh, and everyone's attitude toward it. It's like,
I mean, it doesn't have much to do with how she died, though.
Yeah.
And again, laissez-faire on the white base. We've covered that every time. I literally started last episode about how laissez-faire Bright was about a deserter.
Yeah.
Literally, the deserter came up to him. I'm deserting. Okay. And your opinion of it was, he's got more important things to do.
That's true.
So if he's got more important things to do than handle a deserter who's in his face, then what does he have to care about a spy who's literally dead, to his opinion? Literally, we've handled both her spy network and her. I'm good as far as I'm concerned. This is all paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you'd have more, but all right.
I don't.
You know, you don't shut me up when I have a concern about something. I'll say it in 5 different ways. Yours was just that was kind of weird.
Yes, it is. Because I don't know how to. I'm still processing it in a way that I'm like, this has to make some kind of sense, but.
Well, ultimately, I think the show is trying to tell you that it doesn't. Because not a lot about war makes sense.
True.
I mean, that's the over-under on what Gundam's all about. Someone dies, nobody cares. Someone dies, it doesn't have to make sense. Doesn't matter how important you are.
She wasn't very important.
Yeah, well, I mean that was the point.
To her family, she was important. Because now they have whatever money she left them, and, that's it.
Once again, children to show up in later shows as antagonists. So now we have the 3 kids on White Base to show up as our heroes in the new season. And there's 2 kids from the Zeon Spy Network to show up as villains. And it'll be the Icelina thing again, too. They'll target the wrong people. You killed our bigger sister. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
All right, well, I mean, if that's all you got.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, then once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions. And we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. this too goofy?